Spanish is a 1 to 2 year course in which we take 2 works of literature and we take out themes from them, such as cultural fusions, using art to express oneself, problem with the media, immigration, etc. We read a variety of articles, blogs, we watch videos, we Skype with other people around the world. We do incorporate grammar and vocabulary, but not like in the past. We just incorporate it into project-based learning. So we do a lot of speaking activities, from role play, Socratic seminars, and debates. We write letters, emails, blogs, debates, interviews, brochures, diary entries, and a variety of others. We usually attract a group of students who are very passionate about language and culture and diversity, kids who think from various points of view, and we try to use Spanish in a creative way. We're basically using the Spanish you've done the past 3 years, and we're putting them into context. So I hope to have you in class this next year.
I really like how when we're learning Spanish, we incorporate lessons from around the world. We've had units where we talk about the use of drugs and poverty in different countries, and it's great that you're not only learning Spanish but also global issues.
It's more than just the conjugations. You learn about cultures as well, and what Kriti said was controversial topics, and I think that's really interesting.
The class is also really organized, so you always have something you're going to be doing every single day, and all the things that we learn are super beneficial. There are things you just never would have known about current or previous events in the world.
For me personally, IB Spanish is not a very linear course. You don't focus directly on conjugations or anything. You do a lot of applications of Spanish. And personally, these last 2 years in IB Spanish have been the most progressive years of Spanish teaching to me cumulatively. Even my first 3 years of Spanish, I've learned more just these last year even.
You don't necessarily learn how to speak Spanish or how to write Spanish, but how to express Spanish in the way you wish to.
Spanish 4 and 5 are structured in a way that we do games and different types of reading to help enhance our learning. And what Mr. Kaufman gets learning off of many different sources, including videos, articles, and they're from all over the world, and whatever he thinks helps us most understand whatever we're going over. It just really is better than reading out of the same book the whole year.
What I've enjoyed is having the opportunity to practice my Spanish skills. I think that when I was in Spanish 3, you didn't get that much of an opportunity to speak, but in Spanish 4 and IB Spanish 5, there's a lot more emphasis on speaking and practicing your speaking skills.
And you get to argue about things that you truly feel you have opinions on,
Yeah.
so it can get a little easy actually, because you can just say what you think, and it's actually beneficial to what we're learning.
Everything seems connected, and everything that you learn just seems more together, rather than this is a step-by-step process on how you do things.
There's so many different things we do to contribute to our learning. It's not just textbook work for reading. We do interviews, we do role playing, we do all sorts of things like songs, poems, different types of literature, and it's just so beneficial to actually learning Spanish.
And it's a great language to know for the future. If any of you are thinking about studying abroad and you go to a Spanish-speaking country, it'll be such a useful asset to have to be able to speak in that language.
And personally, over the 2 years in IB Spanish, I've seen myself grow and become more of a confident speaker in Spanish, and I've been more willing to learn as well.
And so I actually plan to either double major or minor in Spanish in college, and I even mentioned Spanish in my college essays and questionnaires.
This class definitely is challenging. Don't think it's gonna be easy, but it really is an enjoyable class. And if you work at it and just try your best, and Senior Kaufman will help you throughout the whole entire way. One thing I definitely have not been worried about is the IB exam at the end of the year, which is supposed to be kind of stressful for the rest of your classes, but for this one it really hasn't been that much.